What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. And guys, we have another fun one for you. Another special request. Guys, we're getting these requests in, and we are definitely enjoying ourselves here at the museum. Another special request from our super subscriber, Christopher Tweed. Mr. Christopher Tweed wanted to know if we could do a review and video on the G.I. Joe Classic Collection, General George Washington. And the answer is yes, Mr. Christopher Tweed. We got you covered, man. All the way from 1998, we bring you the Holiday Limited Edition, Special Limited Edition Collection, the second in the commemorative Independence Day Holiday Series, General George Washington. And like it said, this was the second release of a holiday edition. And we thought, or at least I thought, that Hasbro would continue this trend well into the 2000s, and that was just not to be. The General George Washington commemorative figure, G.I. Joe, would be the last one. They did an earlier one in 1997 of the D-Day salute figure. We did a review on that figure, so check our video catalog on our channel and look for that one. That was a cool video. This was the second in a series, and George Washington was heavily anticipated by most G.I. Joe collectors. He being one of our first president, and his Washington's military background fit perfectly with what G.I. Joe wanted to do. And to have a George Washington figure in your collection, what more can you say? He's a really cool figure, and he was heavily anticipated. Albeit the price tag was not heavily anticipated. The special holiday release figures were over $50. This was no exception. General George Washington, the G.I. Joe, was over $50. I purchased this particular G.I. Joe from Toys R Us on, of all days, a Sunday. Walked right in. I've been tracking this G.I. Joe for months. I knew that he was going to be released around the first week in July, right after the holiday, and sure enough, he was. And I dropped my $50 down, and we've had our George Washington in our museum collection ever since. You're talking about a nearly 20-year-old figure. As you can see, the box is in phenomenal condition. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous box. Everything about this box is beautiful. It's got a sixth panel, and we'll get into that. We'll turn it around a little bit. Here's the side. This is how the figure looks on the inside. Beautifully done. Just a beautiful figure. As I apologize for the dust there. He doesn't get out much, guys. Here's the back of our box. Get you a blown out shot here. Beautifully done. He comes with a ton of accessories. The head sculpt is dead on. It's just a beautiful rendition and likeness of George Washington. And the outfit is just gorgeous. There's this. He comes with the folding table, telescope there. Got charts and graphs. He's got his pistol, flag, American flag. Just beautiful, beautifully done. Kenner was still putting these figures out at the time. Hasbro was leasing to Kenner to produce and manufacture the G.I. Joes. There's our year, 1998. To our visitors here at the channel, just checking us out, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. We greatly appreciate it. This is what we do all day, every day. We have fun sharing our beautiful collectibles and artifacts from our museum. And we like to get the conversation started about the General George Washington. You got anything that you want to say to add with this? Please, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section underneath this video, and we can get the chatter started on it. We were telling you about the 5th and the 6th panel. Here's the 5th panel. Here's the 6th panel right here. Here's the 6th panel. And it opens up into a beautiful, beautiful portrait, if you will. Highly decorative. Hasbro spared no expense. And I guess when you're paying over $50 for a figure, that's to be expected. Beautifully done. There's George Washington in all of his glory. Sitting atop his beautiful horse, steed. Just gorgeous. Beautiful. Soldiers ready to march into battle. Let's open this guy up here. And then on the other side, let's get this over here. On the other side, you have the backstory on George Washington. How he led his troops. Beautifully done. Let's get you in close here. As you can see, this box is just beautiful. You can still see the gloss off of this box. I would like to say it's been about a year since I've seen this figure. We took this figure out to show another fellow collector that was visiting our museum on a particular day. He didn't have this figure, and he wanted to see how he looked. So we took him out of our museum collection to show him, and he said pretty much what everybody's been saying about this particular figure. The detail is just amazing. Let's get you in close here on our figure. Just beautifully done. You see there's his telescope, there is pistol, sword. The outfit, that material, I can't quite put my finger on what type of material that is, but it's beautiful. There's his stand in the back there. Boots. You can see he's got socks on. Let's get you we like the close-ups. The collectors want the close-ups. So Mr. Christopher Tweed, we're going to try to get in and get you as many great shots of this beautiful figure as we possibly can. He's got the basic classic collection hands. But, you know, he was a classic collection figure back then. He's from 1998. So the gung-ho grip hands wouldn't come onto the scene until probably about 2000. So it's about 2 years away for the gung-ho grip hands. As you can see, our figure is C10 museum quality. Let's get you a blown out shot. Just beautifully done. I bought this figure and was simply blown away by the just the beautiful, authentic flavor that they put to this figure. Just beautifully done. Once again, like I said, Hasbro spared no expense with this figure. They got a lot of historical background and information and photos on George Washington. They wanted to do this figure right, because you're talking about an iconic figure, and not just military, but in American history. So they wanted to make sure they got it right. Even the shoulder Brussels there, and the head sculpt, simply amazing. And you can see he's in there pretty good. He's never been outside of his box. This is the way we bought him that day at Toys R Us. This is considered a deluxe figure. You had your basics, then you had your next level figures, and then you had your deluxe figures. This was a deluxe figure. They deemed that by anything that was retail priced over $50 was considered deluxe. Anything under that wasn't. Now, you can find this guy on the secondary market. Once again, I would always tell you to go to Cotswold Collectibles. I believe he's on their website as we speak, as a taping of this show, but I can't tell you in what number, how much they have in stock of this particular figure. You got to understand, this figure has been out of production for nearly 20 years. So secondary market is your best bet and your only bet. But I would say Cotswold Collectibles first, Amazon, and then eBay. And if you can get this guy for around 50 or under 50, you're doing great. I wouldn't go higher than $70 or $80 for this figure. Anything more than that, he maintained his collectability. He's very collectible, but he's not rare. So anything over $70 or $80, you're probably spending too much, unless you have to have this guy. You have to have your George Washington for it to complete your collection. Then I would say, then hey, it's whatever it's worth to you. If it's $15 separating you from getting this guy, then you spend the $15. I would, if I had to have him for my collection, and he was in C10 museum quality, like this particular figure we have in our collection. So, but yeah, anything over $70, you're probably spending too much. Once again, guys, please, we love to hear what you got to say about this figure, about the George Washington figure. Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? We would like to hear all of that. By all means, leave a comment in the comment section right underneath this video. And we would love to get back to you on that and get the chatter started about this awesome, awesome deluxe figure from 1998. Get you some close-ups here. And with that being said, guys, we'll be here all day. We're going to go and grab us a cup of coffee right now, and we're on our third cup of coffee. I'm telling you, I have to have my coffee. I'm not the same without my coffee, guys. Trust me, these reviews, I do these reviews so much better. I have so much fun with it when I got my coffee with me. So with that being said, you grab your favorite beverage, hop on the couch, kick back and relax, and tune in to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. God bless. And keep collecting.